Hi, my loves. I decided to opt out for the Egyptian eye and give you all a real cat eye, okay, today. Which is very feminine, very femininity for this masculinity we're about to read right now. So let's talk about Lilith and Aries. But before I get into that, I just want to let you all know that I'm available for personal readings. Now, I know some of you are waiting for your personal readings. From some of you, I'm actually waiting for your questions. So if you're watching this video and you're waiting for a personal reading, you may not have sent your questions, okay? So make sure you do that. But I'm also available for personal readings, so check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. Also, of course, you know, it's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, and I prefer PayPal. The PayPal link is in the chat, all right? So it's great to see you all. Thank you for being here. Make sure you all like the video. God bless you all who are watching this video now, joining us live, who will also be watching this video after this live is posted. So let's talk about Lilith and Aries and masculinity really quickly before everyone floods the room and we all end up chatting about something totally different. All right. So Lilith rules masculinity. Well, actually, Aries rules masculinity, but Lilith more so rules how we are when we're angry. It also does rule how we express our sexuality. And we do know that some of these men can have some really weird and interesting sexual preferences, but we're not going to get into that right now. Let's just continue on with what we're talking about. Lilith rules how we are when we're angry, how we feel, or how we are and how we feel when we feel like we're losing control. Now, there's been this talk for years. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there's been this talk for years about femininity coming into ruling. All right, women, people with feminine energy, whether they're men or women, coming into power as time goes on, especially during Saturn or Aquarius season, whatever you want to call it. It's basically Saturn and Aquarius. All right. So basically what's going on right now with this coronavirus, and I've told you all before, is that men are losing power and men are freaking the F out because they're losing power. So they're trying everything in their tool in their arsenal to gain that power back. Now it's interesting because Aries is ruled by Mars. So Mars also rules war. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of these men are actually trying to create a war. Now, it could be a World War III. We know we've been talking about that since early 2020, but it seems like a spiritual war, but also a war with the people. We've talked about this before as well. So it's interesting how this all plays into what's going on right now. So pay attention is basically what I'm telling you. All right. Hey, let me get into these comments. Hey, Crystal, the Greenwich Tarot, how are you? Hey, Kalia. Hey, Chloe, how are you? I love you, the eyeliner. Yes, thank you, Chloe. I appreciate that. It's good to see you, Chloe. I hope you're having a good day. Hey, Stars Aligned, how are you? Hey, Sade. What's up? What are you up to? Hey, Tamika. Hey, Edna. Hey, Stars Aligned. Yeah, you can sense the fear in the air. You really can. And I'm just trying to help y'all to make astrological sense of basically what's going on lately. You know, I decided to take a break from the coronavirus, but now I'm getting back into the tea because it's what we're dealing with right now. Hey, Jendia's World, how are you? Hi, Zuri, how are you? How are y'all doing today? I know I came on a bit early as usual, or earlier than usual, but I didn't want to come on late, so I figured I'd come on early. I've been kind of lazy lately. I've been having a lot of personal readings, which that's how it goes. I love the personal readings, though. I've been having some interesting ones lately. How's everyone doing today? What are y'all up to? Remember, y'all, I'm doing live readings, so it's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions while I'm here. I figured I'd come on and talk about the energies going on right now. So right now we're dealing with Lilith and Aries. I actually don't know how long Lilith will be in Aries. Let's do a quick transit and see. Let's go like 30 days ahead and see if Lilith is still in Aries. Lilith is still in Aries by May 2nd. 30 more days ahead. It looks like Lilith is still in Aries by June 1st. 30 days ahead, Lilith is still in Aries by July 1st. 30 days ahead, Lilith is... Where's Lilith? I can't see it. I'm doing a quick transit just to see when Lilith goes out of Aries. Because if Lilith is in Aries for the most of this year, it's going to be a very, like, the men are going to be on their shit this year. Lilith is still in Aries by July 31st. Let's see. Lilith is still in Aries by August 30th. Still in Aries by September 29th. It moves to Taurus by October 29th, though. So that'll be interesting. All right. Let's see exactly when it moves into Taurus. I have no idea what you guys are saying. I can't see. I'm doing a quick transit right now. Okay, so on the 15th of October, it's still in Taurus. Let's go a few days ahead and see when it changes. The 19th to 20th. Okay, so by the 21st of October, Lilith will go into Taurus. So we have a full, what is it? It's March right now. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. We have a full 7 months of this bullshit. All right, basically. So what I'm thinking is that probably not until October is when this coronavirus bullshit will be over. That's what I'm thinking. All right. Based off of what I've said so far in this live. Does that make sense, you all? Hey, Chloe. Yes. What's up with y'all? My anxiety is up and down because it's in the air. Yeah, you need to cleanse your energy, sage your space. I'm doing good, Chloe. I really can't complain. I love how early you are on Lamarr. Yeah, I was just like, let me get on early. People are predicting there will be a lot of pregnancies this year. I wouldn't be surprised. Your Lilith is in Taurus. That's cool. In the fall, I see this happening. People getting pregnant. I can't wait till fall. This is my happy season. That is my happy season. Same. Hey, Cap Girl. Yeah, I'm ready for all this bullshit to be over. But I'm predicting just from the astrological energies. I haven't even done a tarot reading on it. But I'm predicting that the coronavirus officially will be died down or over by October of this year. Because just based off of the energy of Lilith is going to be in Aries until October, which means that masculinity is going to be fighting for the power that they once had until October. And I feel this energy that the patriarchy is connected to this coronavirus. I don't know. Maybe I sound crazy to you all. I don't really care. It's my channel. I can say what I want. Hi, Sarita. How are you? You're doing natal readings on live also? Yes, I am. Wow, coronavirus over till October. Yeah, I mean, it may ease up by summer, the end of summer, but we'll probably still hear about it until October about. How are you, Shibi Lisa? I'm going to look more into Lilith. That's so interesting. Yeah. What's up with y'all? Hey, Siobhan. Lilith is, I think it's a moon. It's a dark moon. Everyone has some sort of Lilith in their chart. My Lilith is in Capricorn, so. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are having a good day. Yes. What have y'all been up to today? I've been sleeping a lot lately, actually. I need to get out of that. I've been sleeping. I slept till I don't know, 12 p.m. today. So I'll probably be ordering some Chinese food soon because I'm freaking starving right now. I have not eaten all day. I'm good, Tamika. What's up with y'all? You've been sleeping a lot too lately? Yeah, Chloe. I've been so tired lately. It's usually that I love going to sleep. Like when you go to that okay, I'm going to bed and I'll wake up whenever I wake up sleep. Because that's usually the time when Fonzie is chilled the fuck out and he's sleeping in his cat pose. And he likes to watch me sleep. He likes to make sure I'm not moving, basically, because it's if I'm moving, there's a chance he might get in trouble at any moment. All right, so he's really funny. How are you, Shibi Lisa? Siobhan, I'm cooking Chinese food. Yeah, someone was telling me the other day I should start cooking fried rice. I'm thinking I should because I don't like Panda Express's fried rice. Actually, it's pretty subpar. But anyway, what are you all up to? Remember, y'all, I'm doing live readings. It's $10 for one question, $20 for two questions, $30 for three questions. My nose is stopped up. I prefer PayPal. I also accept Super Chat. I also accept Cash App as well. So who watched my King Tut reading? How did y'all feel about that? Were y'all shook like I was? Me too. I thought I would have pent up energy from staying home all day, but nope, I'm just still tired. Yeah, I'm like exhausted lately. My little bro came to the door a few minutes ago asking what's for dinner. I'm already drooling over pad thai. That sounds so good. Oh my god. How much is it for the natal chart reading? It's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. I just posted the link. So just send a question about your natal chart with your details and I'll answer it for you. Yeah, make your own. Fried rice is easy. That's what he said. He said it was easy to make. I was like, okay. Hi, Forever Mine. How are you? The King Tut reading was so interesting, wasn't it? I could tell he's sort of goofy. He is. He seems goofy. Like he doesn't take things so seriously, even though he can't take things seriously. I have to see it. Those Egyptians have strong energy, super strong energy. Those archaeologists need to see the reading. That's what I was saying. I was like, I wonder if hopefully some archaeologists will see the reading because I feel like it's quite an important reading. Love your wingtipped eyeliner, Lamarr. Very King Tut-esque. Thank you. I decided to just go a bit different. Someone made a comment on my live asking, like, they were like, is that supposed to be eyeliner? Because, you know, I've been doing the Egyptian eyeliner where they just kind of do the line. And I was like, let me show them that I have diversity, honey. Okay? Read me all you want to. I love your eyeliner. Oh my god, gorge. Thank you, Forever Mine. I appreciate that. The archaeologists need to listen to Spirit and they would understand the ancients better. Exactly, Zuri. So what have y'all been up to? I have so many personal readings that I have to do. I think I have like 4 personal readings I have to do. It's kind of crazy. I actually have a client I have to send their candles, pictures of their candles too. So I've been like so out of the loop. So behind the times, I feel. I don't know. I feel so like I've been time warped. I don't know what that means. But I just feel like, I don't know. But I also feel like this is a time to just relax and chill and not do too much. So I've been trying to do that, you know, relax and make sure that I'm resting and stuff like that. Yes, Samar, you can be the next pharaoh of Egypt. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be something? I've been meditating with my crystals, also practicing tarot. Yes, Chloe. Work. Yeah, but there's so material. They want facts and proof. They serve no purpose for spirit. That's true. The archaeologist. Thank you, Edwin, for your $10 donation. Let me see if you put your question in the chat or in the PayPal. I mean, the chat. So yes, stars aligned. What is your natal chart, or what do you want to know about your natal chart? Have you seen the Trials of Gabriel Fernandez? It's so sad. I have not seen that. What is that about? It's under my husband's name. Yeah. What's your natal chart, and what do you want to know? Thank you. I'm trying to become more in tune with my third eye, slowly but surely. Yeah, that's good. Well, they need to unmaterial their asses and look to what can't be held literally. It's that Neptune and Pisces energy making people sleepy. Yeah, I could see that. I'm like so sleepy. I know what the ego has to be fed. Hi, La Portia. How are you? Yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button. Thank you all for being here. And remember, it is $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. I just posted the PayPal link. So if you guys have a question, get a live reading while I'm here. I don't know how long I'll be on. Not to sound stupid, but what questions can you ask pertaining to your natal chart? Never done it before. You can ask about love, money, job, career, life purpose. Anything really. Hi, Omar. How are you? Thank you for being here. They need to put the ego behind bars and release the intuition. Yes. Yeah. Thank you for being here, everyone. I hope you all are having a good day wherever you are in the world. All right. I know a lot of you watch from all over the world, literally from all over the world. Your life purpose. Okay, stars and lines. So what is your natal chart though? Like what day, month, year were you born? Do you know the time you were born, where you were born? I need all this information. Someone literally made an appointment with me for 7:30. Not gonna make it, but I'm gonna have to reschedule because I'm on live right now. So and they scheduled it 30 minutes before. I don't know why you guys keep doing that. I'm literally gonna text her and say, yeah, can we reschedule, honey? Because I keep telling you guys to schedule like a few hours ahead. So I'm gonna stop being so accommodating because I'm tired of saying the same thing over and over. Let me text her really quickly. Yeah, she's gonna have to wait, honey. Hi, Sade. How are you? Oh my god, it's so annoying, Lamarr. Is there any way you can have them stop that? I don't know, but I'm gonna have to figure it out because I really don't know why y'all keep doing that. I love how you're saying it and you're so calm about it. Yeah, like if I'm doing something and y'all y'all schedule a reading with me like 10 minutes from the time that's scheduled, I'm not going to like rush. Like I'm not going to rush to do your reading. I'm just not. I have stuff to do. I love you guys though. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it is. Cause my client just said, that's fine. I didn't realize it was Eastern time. So maybe that's the issue. Maybe you guys are thinking like, oh, it's like that time, my time. Okay, I could see that. Maybe that's I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird. Anyway. You did my reading a couple days ago. Loved your channel messages. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Hazy. Thank you for getting a reading. People want to be VIP even in the spiritual realm. Exactly, right? Okay, start. Oh, here's your information. Okay, so let's go ahead and put your information in my phone. Because luckily, I actually have an app on my phone where I can do readings for y'all, like on the spot. So I don't know. I just thought it was a cool app to buy, and it wasn't that expensive. So let's put your information in. So you were born January 4th. January. Is there a way to like fix the year though? 1992. Okay. January 4th, 1992. Oh, so you were born on a Saturday, it says. You were born on a Saturday. Work. Yes. Okay. January 4th, 1992. And then you were born in Salem, Massachusetts. So let's look up Massachusetts. Do you know the time? Oh, you were born at 6:38 p.m. 6:38 p.m. So here we have your information plugged in, according to which the information you gave me. So we're going to press save. And let's see. So you want to know about your life purpose. So obviously you are a sun in Capricorn. According to this, your moon's also in Capricorn. All right. This is your actual natal chart. But just for timing purposes, I'm going to use this. Well, actually, no, that's the wrong thing. Sorry. I don't use this app very much. I'm going to use this. So it looks like your sun's in Capricorn, your moon's in Capricorn, your Mercury and your Venus and your Mars are all in Sagittarius. Interesting. Your Jupiter's in Virgo, it looks like. Your Saturn's in Aquarius. Okay, so let's look at that Saturn in Aquarius really quickly. So if your Saturn is in Aquarius, let's see exactly what house it could be in. I'm looking. Looks like your Saturn's in Aquarius in your 6th house. Yeah. Yeah, your Saturn's in Aquarius in your 6th house. It's over here somewhere in this corner. See Saturn right there? I don't know. Whatever. But your Saturn's in Aquarius in your 6th house, which means you can be a kind of a worker bee. You can be kind of a worker bee, all right? Stars aligned. So you're actually a good worker. You're feeling it. Yeah, you're a really, really good worker. Siobhan says 4 is ruled by Uranus. 2020 breaks down to 4. A lot of changes this year for you, stars aligned. Exactly. Especially as Saturn goes into Aquarius. Well, Saturn's actually in Aquarius right now, so it makes sense as to why you're asking about your actual life purpose. You're a worker bee, but at the same time, you're someone who's a bit different. Like you can be misunderstood in the workplace. So this, Saturn and Aquarius, people are meant to do their own kind of thing. They're meant to kind of find their own way. You may often create enemies in the workplace because you do things so differently or because you're so different, in the way that you express yourself. But you also hate rules. You like excitement. You like adventure. So you need a job that's exciting. You need some sort of life purpose that's exciting. Aquarius is known to be the humanitarian of the zodiac. So they do like to serve people. They do like to be a beacon of light for the people. A spokesperson for the people in some certain way. So that's interesting. I'm looking at your North Node. It looks like your North Node's in Capricorn. So it could be that you're actually meant to be, your North Node is in Capricorn here. Oops. Oh, look, I didn't even know they could do that. Looks like it says your moon's in detriment, but your moon's in detriment because the moon is the opposite of Capricorn. So your moon's a little bit in opposition there. But okay. So let me go back. So your moon is in, or your North Node right here. Why did you do that? Just go back. Your North Node's in Capricorn. This is the North Node, the second to last line right here. Okay. Let's look at what house it's in though. It looks like it's in your 6th house. I'm thinking it's in your 6th house. The North Node is right there. Right there in your 6th house. Almost on the cusp of your 5th. So you are like an extreme worker bee, but like you're meant to I think you're meant to more so be an entrepreneur. But I don't know. I get the sense that you would work really good investing with others. So I think your life purpose involves working, like doing your own thing, being an entrepreneur, but also investing with others or investing in others in some way, shape, or form. You are a provider in a lot of ways. You're a provider for your family. But you also, when it comes to a relationship, you need a man who's strong, who's able to match your energy in terms of your life purpose. Actually, no, I'm thinking your North Node's in your fifth house because it's right on the cusp of the fifth and the sixth. I'm just now noticing. So your North Node's actually in your fifth house, which means that you may be more geared towards. Actually, my North Node's in my fifth house too. You may be more geared towards like a career that involves. I hear magic, but I don't know. A career that involves self-expression, creativity, could involve children in some way, shape, or form. I'm not sure. But these are all things that you are going to be naturally drawn towards when it comes to your chart. Yeah, you're actually your North Node's in your fifth house. That's the fifth house right there. That V, that means fifth. So that makes sense. You're meant to use your charm. You're like meant to use, like, you are someone that you need to kind of hone in on your own power in order to realize your true potential, because a lot of times you operate under this false premise or this false, a belief that you have to fall in line with other people's, other people's regime, or you have to fall in line with other people's rules or regulations instead of just making the rules and regulations in the regime yourself. Like, I don't know why you could do I feel like you could do everything in home. I'm just going on and on and on. I'm gonna stop soon, but I feel like you could do everything in home. You could also be like what do they call it? An at-home school teacher. In home, what do they call those people who teach their kids at school or who teach their kids at home? I don't know what they call them, but you know what I'm talking about. I feel like you would be that type of person where it's like you could run a whole daycare in your home, but where you also educate the children and then have another side business at the same time. Homeschool, that's what it's called. Thank you. You could homeschool children, yours and others maybe, and get paid for it, but at the same time, like, run a whole other business. And like, it's just like you're really business minded, and you need to be open minded to how that shows up in your life, in your chart. Be open. That's what that's about. Does that make sense? Overload and the trolling begins. There's trolls in here. I haven't even been paying attention. Who gives a fuck about the trolls? To be honest, they're bored. Let them be bored. Who cares? Lamarr, does Lilith and Aries also mean that there can be a lot of mishaps in emotional expression, especially if the moon is located there? Yes, it can. It can mean a lot of blow-ups. It can mean you being triggered by certain things, and people not knowing why you're being triggered, because maybe you've never even expressed that you're triggered by this type of thing. Definitely that can be something. Zuri. But to call you Lilith. I don't know why I was about to say that. So, did that make sense? Did that make sense, stars aligned? Remember, y'all, if y'all want a live reading, it's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. I do prefer PayPal. I just posted the PayPal link. So make sure you send your question with your PayPal note. And if you want an astrology natal chart reading, it's the same price. Yeah, I just posted the link. Fifth house cat, mentor to youth. Yes, Siobhan, exactly. Homeschooled. Yeah. Yeah, because the fifth house rules children. Yes, Chloe is amazing with that block button. What did he say? What did the troll say? I didn't even see what they said. Sometimes they say funny stuff. Is Jupiter in first house on the cusp of the second in Capricorn a good wealth indicator if it trines Mercury square Mars and North Node? Not necessarily if it squares your Mars and your North Node. It may not mean that wealth isn't like going to happen, but there's definitely going to be some struggles with getting that. You said you saw magic. I'm trying to get into tarot. Yeah, the spirit told me magic. So I was just like, let me say it. How the trolls come out at night, fucking freaks. I know I hate them. They're so just stupid. They're so stupid. Like, they're really stupid. But they also don't see how they like further they don't see how they like further be their plan in some way, shape, or form. Like trolls, I see trolls as like what would I call trolls? Like it makes sense in my head, but I don't know how to explain it to you all. I see trolls as like plants, like just people who not plants, but just like people that spirit plants into your life in some way or your chat or what the fuck ever to further your goals. Really, that's how I see them. So, and I also see them as just peasants. Really, like. Do you ever notice when a troll comes in my room, I don't, my expression doesn't change, my voice doesn't change at all. It's because I see them as just beneath me, basically. Yeah, she was on it, Chloe. Something is pulling me too. I think you should do it. How are you, Josh? What's up with you, Josh? I was actually thinking about you yesterday or earlier this morning, and I was like, I wonder what Josh is thinking right now. I don't know. I'm hiring Chloe as security. Her block game is vicious. Definitely. Love our lives. Yes. How are you, Aisha? That explains a lot right now. Thank you. You're welcome, Zuri. Hello. Hi, unapologetically Monique. How are you? Lamar, can you read my chart? Yeah. Send a donation. So it's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. Yeah, I can read your new chart. How familiar are you with Vedic? I'm not as familiar with Vedic right now, but I do plan to teach myself Vedic soon. That's when you know you're popping. Yeah, I feel like I'm popping because the trolls are here. Thank you for being here, trolls. all the amazing people. Even Barack Obama has trolls, you guys. So that says a lot. I love it. Thank y'all for being here. Little minions who are crazy. Exactly. They are bored. They're peasants. Lamar, teach me your ways. You just have to be unbothered. I don't know how to teach you how to be unbothered. I've been through so much in my life that there's not really a lot that bothers me. Oh, thank you, Gemma, for your $20 donation. Get it on and poppin'. I think I'm about to order food really quickly, y'all. But I kind of want to answer Gemma's questions really quickly. Hold on. So that I can really look at the menu. I want Chinese. I'm craving Chinese food. Or one question in my chart, please. Can you send your chart information? Lamar Loki loves going live. He feels a sense of community. I do. I love going live. Sade is always clocking my tea. So yeah, Gemma, can you ask your question as well as send your chart information if that's what you want? I'm focusing on the life happening around me right now. Yes. Okay, how much for the chart donation, hunt? It's $10. $10 for one question, 20 for two questions. Ask a question about your chart. How are you, MV? Thank you for being here, Trolls. Lamar. Yes, you have to thank the trolls. Yeah, Gemma, just ask your question and make sure you put your chart information. Love your brows. Thank you, LaPortia. Hey, Lamar, how are you doing? I'm doing good, amazing apparition. How are you? Dame, same here. Fuck, yeah. Josh, do you have time to talk today? To chat today? Me and Josh have some interesting conversations. I want some chips, y'all. Ooh, I want some salsa with chips. Is Josh in the room? In Mexico at the moment, but once the end of May comes, things will subside according to Vedic astrology. Yeah, I've been feeling like I need to teach myself Vedic. I forgot to tell you how earthy you looked in the King's Hat video with that sweater on against the palms plains. Oh, thank you, Shaman. Alkaline food is essential during this time. True. Lamar loves to go live because not only is he chilling with friends, but his inner goddess likes to shine in graceful world. Yes, Zuri. That's such a good way of saying that. Yes. Love, life guidance for me, my Pisces, please. And my birth date is 10/5/1984. Do you know the time and place you were born? So this means fruits and vegetables, people. Sade, child. Oh, you're learning Spanish? Amazing apparition. So, okay, let's go ahead and get into this reading for Gemma. Remember, you guys, if you guys want a live reading, it's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, buddy for three questions, so on and so forth. I prefer PayPal, but I also accept Cash App and Super Chat. What am I ordering? I don't know yet. I want some soup, I think. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this deck. Many past reading in Jesus' name I pray and thank you. Amen, amen, amen. Hey, Mercedes, how are you? Thank you for being here. So what guidance do the angels, ancestors, and protectors have for Gemma about her and her Pisces? What guidance do the angels, ancestors, and protectors have for Gemma about her and her Pisces? Well, you're definitely going through some sort of transition in your relationship right now and how you view each other. There's needing to be more trust between the two of you, trusting one another. So I feel like you're reaching a new milestone or reaching a new phase in your relationship. It's almost like, deciding to move in together, or I don't know, deciding to buy a house together or something like that. It's like that kind of thing. Yeah, I see you investing in something together. So if you're not doing this already, you may want to look into investing in something together, maybe investing in a home, investing in something that you two could call your own, because I don't know how long you two have been together, but you've been together for a while, I feel. Maybe more than 2 years. Because I get the number 2. But I also feel like this Pisces is gonna kind of come out and surprise you with something soon. So be on the lookout for that. That's what I see, is that this Pisces is gonna kind of surprise you in some way, shape, or form with something. So if it feels like your relationship is reaching a point where it's becoming more solidified. You've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations together. You've grown stronger together, and now you're reaching a point where you're solidifying, and you two have agreed to say, you know what, even after all we've been through, I still want to be with you. That's what I'm seeing. Does that make sense? Honest, yes. Yeah, I caught another live. Hey, Simply Reen, how are you? Getting it on and popping. Thank you all for being here. Make sure y'all like the video. So, Gemma, thank you, Josh, for your $10 donation. Shade, yes, I love learning Spanish. That's something I want to learn. I want to learn I want to learn Spanish. I want to learn French. I want to learn all the languages so I can speak in all the languages. Josh, would you like to ask this question on live, or would you prefer to ask this question in private? So, okay, let's get into Gemma's tea. You didn't put the time or place you were born, so I'm just going to go ahead and use what you sent me. What is okay, yeah. So let's get into the rest of the tea for Gemma. Okay. 10, 5, 1984. I'm going to do a noon chart for you since you don't know when you were born. It's just the easiest. We're going to... Were you born in the USA? I don't think there's a way to, like, not... I don't know. Okay. So... Why did it do 4 p.m. though? That's not the time I put. Oh, okay. 10/19/84 at 7:51 a.m. 7:51 a.m. Okay, there we go. In Auckland, New Zealand. Okay. So this is your information plugged in. 10th of May. Oh, I have that backwards. Okay, yeah. Glad I got that figured out. So you were born the 10th of May. Okay. So May 10th, 1984, 7:51 a.m., New Zealand, Auckland. Cool. Save. So this is your chart. You were born on a Thursday's child. You're Thursday's child. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So what do you want to know about your chart? Or I'll just read you and move on. Okay, so it looks like your sun's in Taurus, your moon's in Virgo, your sun is in Taurus in your 12th house, which means you're a very secretive person. You don't like everyone in your business. You are someone that prefers to maybe spend time alone. The 12th house does rule solitude. Tauruses can be people that kind of like their own time. You know, they need time to recharge after a while. So you do like your own solitude. Your moon's in your 3rd house. Actually, I don't know if that's Scorpio though, or that could be Scorpio or Virgo. No, actually, it's Virgo. It's Virgo. Okay, so your moon's in Virgo, sun's in Taurus, moon in Virgo. Where's your 1st house in? 1st house is in Gemini. So you are a sun in... Your sun in Taurus, moon in Virgo, 1st house in Gemini. So your moon is in Virgo, which means you're someone that's very psychic. You are someone that is extremely psychic. You kind of take you take an energy and you deduce it to information. You're really good at doing that. You're really good at analyzing certain situations. You're really good at analyzing people just from the energy that you take in. But sometimes you can take in an overload of energy and you kind of can project that energy onto other people and people can be turned off, if that makes sense. So it's like you can pick up on an energy about someone and it really excites you and you project that excitement into the other person. And then it's like, why? They're like, why are you so excited? Like, can you chill out a little bit? That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, that's what I feel with you, Gemma. So anyways, your Venus is in Taurus in your 12th house as well. So when it comes to your love life, you're very secretive. All right. Here is Venus. Where's Venus? Venus is right here. All right, beneath Mercury, which is in Aries, which is interesting because you have a lot of 12th house energy. Actually, I'm noticing. But your Venus is in Taurus in your 12th house, so you're very secretive when it comes to love. You don't like everyone knowing your business about your relationship. You also feel like you want to know everything about your partner at the same time. So you prefer the type of relationship where there's no secrets, even though you can be secretive about your relationship. I've had a shit for 2 years. Yes, so true. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your North Node is in Gemini in your first house, so you're someone that's very connected to your life purpose. You know exactly, maybe even on a spiritual level, why you came here. Even though you may not, know it logically yet, or maybe you do know it logically, but you came for a specific purpose. You came to definitely learn with your North Node being in Gemini in your first house, which your first house is in Gemini. So you definitely came here to learn, but you came here to learn about people because the first house also rules our interactions with people, our self-image, how people view us, how we view other people, the image, what people project onto us versus what we project onto other people, kind of thing. So yeah, it's very interesting, your chart. That's a little bit about you, though. Does that make sense? Yeah, you haven't found your life purpose yet. Yeah. You'll find it soon. So let me order this food, you guys, before they close, because they are gonna close soon. So I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna be me. I can't front. Did that make sense, Gemma? You're welcome. You are so welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, you guys, sorry, I'm ordering food. So if you guys want a live reading, it's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. We're about to get into Josh's questions in a second. I'm gonna do what I want. Thank you, SCW, for your donation. Did you send a donation, Sade? Maybe I have to check my PayPal. It's all $10, y'all. If y'all want a birth chart, if y'all want a psychic reading, it's $10. Oh, you sent this to my Venmo. Okay, got you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. So let's get to Josh's question. So I don't know, is Josh in the room? After Josh is Sade, and then we will do SCW. And remember, you guys, if you guys want a live reading, it's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. And yeah. So make sure you guys send your payment to my PayPal. And it's the same price for birth chart reading. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into your question, Josh. Thank you for considering the energy of the second many past reading. Jesus, my pain. Thank you, many. Okay. So, Josh wants to know: would I be successful if I told every girl that I'm currently talking to that all I want from them is sex? Sade says you work so hard, Lamarr. I appreciate you and our friendship. Thank you, Sade. Hi, Michael. How are you? Yeah, maybe with like one of them, one or two of them. But it may take some time to get to that point. I don't think it's going to be like you tell them you want to have sex with them and then right away you'll like have sex with them. I think you're going to have to work for it. So I feel like, yeah, maybe one or two of them, but I see you having to like go out on dates with them, you know, and do all those types of things. Josh, it's almost like you don't understand how the heterosexual dating world works. It's like really confusing to me. But yeah, I think you'll have success with like at least two of them. That's what I'm saying. But just be mindful of like your approach and how you go about it. We've talked about that before. So ooh. Does that make sense? My sister's a Cap, love their energy. Lamar's an amazing friend. You all need to find yourselves Capricorn for your friend circles. Yeah. Exactly, SCW. Thank you. Venus and Scorpio, Lamarr. What do you mean, Sade? By the way, that video was really good, Sade. It was really accurate. You said some stuff that made me laugh. You're welcome. So I think STW is next. Did you get your question? Oh wait, no, actually Sade, you're next. Now that I mention it. So let's spill Sade's tea. Actually. Yeah, I watched it. It was really good. Do I know what you mean, Sade? I'm not sure. Hold on. So let's get into your tea. You were born on. Let's see. $11. I hate switching between apps. It's so confusing sometimes. Okay, 11/15/1992. Okay. at 8 a.m. in Los Angeles. Okay. Los Angeles, California. Okay, I have your information pulled up. And this is your chart. So let's see. It looks like your Scorpio's in the 12th house, which is interesting because you love spilling everyone else's tea, but you don't like spilling your own tea. Your Scorpio in your 12th house makes you an extremely private person. Very, very interesting. Your houses are like concentrated. Your planets are all concentrated on like one spectrum of your chart here. Very interesting as well. There's no planets in your 4th, your 5th, your 6th, or your 7th house. But there's a lot concentrated in your 1st house, your 2nd, and your 12th. Interesting. All right, so your ascendant Scorpio in your 12th house. Get her, Jade. Oh my God. Yeah, Sade is private. Yeah, she's really private. She's really private. So, but she's also very sensitive, very psychic with her Scorpio in her 12th house, but super sensitive. She's also super sensitive to spirit. So I wouldn't be surprised if Sade sees things or sees spirits or, just sees something sometimes, especially in her dreams, because the 12th house does rule our dreams. So pay attention to your dreams, Sade. People think I'm open. Yeah, 15 is good for relationships, makes you charming and charismatic. That's true. So your moon is in Cancer in your 8th house. So emotionally, you feel things very deeply. Emotionally, you feel things extremely deeply. You're like really sensitive, actually, Sade. Sade's really sensitive, actually, you all. She feels things very deeply. Like, I feel like sometimes you'll do readings for people and you'll take on their energy. Like if someone's going through a difficult time, like you'll take on that person's energy and it can be too much for you. That's the 8th house in with your moon in Cancer. All right, so that makes sense. Very difficult energy to deal with. Oh my God, I've been seeing them here and there. Exactly. Yeah, you take on the energy. So like you have to be kind of careful about what you read on or who you read on and stuff like that. With that 8th house in Cancer, moon in Cancer. Thank you, David, for your $10 donation. Your Mercury's in Sagittarius in your 12th house. So when you're mad at someone, you spill all their tea. That's where all that tea spilling comes from, is that Mercury in Sagittarius in that 12th house. She gets a kick out of spilling people's tea, y'all. She really, really does. And I'm wondering if that Mercury is direct or retrograde, actually. Let's see. I think your Mercury is retrograde. So I think your Mercury's retrograde in your chart, and that makes you someone that like sometimes you come across, or sometimes you say things that people take the wrong way. Sometimes some people will actually. I need to close my window. So I feel like someone's looking in my window and kind of peeking at me. Sometimes people will say things to you, and you'll take it the wrong way. So that's that Mercury retrograde in your 12th house. Give me a second. I'm gonna keep reading her. Let me just close the window really quickly, y'all. Okay, cool. Yeah, yours is in retrograde. It's in retrograde, so that's why like people get the wrong impression of you sometimes. And that's why you sometimes have difficulty watching what you say because it just comes out. So that makes sense. But you're gonna kick out of spilling other people's tea because you like seeing their reactions. And you kind of sometimes like to disrupt the image that that person has, they think they have, and interject it and say, well, you're also this or that too. So like, you know, anyway, your Venus is in Capricorn in your first house. So when it comes to people that you love or in a relationship with, it has to make sense for you in your image. For example, since you're a psychic, since you're an intuitive, you can't be with someone who is like overly religious or sees, you know, psychic or being intuitive as wrong. Does that make sense? That's not going to work for you. That's definitely the tea spilling. Exactly, Siobhan. Yeah. I always wake up in the middle of the night and feel like someone is peeking into my room from the stair landing. That's sketchy. You probably need to sage your space. Yeah. So you need someone that makes sense for you. You also kind of care a lot about what other people think about who you're dating or what other people think in terms of love. So be mindful of that. You're obviously really good at, you know, protecting your emotions and or trying to at least, and acting like you don't care, because once again your self-image is really important. So you don't like having someone having an upper hand on you. What's your first house? And let me see. Your first house is in Sagittarius. It's kind of on the cusp of Sag and Capricorn, but I'm thinking it's in Sagittarius. Let's see. What else can we get into? Your Saturn is in Aquarius. Your North Node's in Sagittarius, so you're going to have multiple streams of income when it comes to your businesses. As you, of course, grow and evolve, your business is going to expand. Your readings are going to expand. I wouldn't be surprised if as time goes on, you stop reading with cards or something like that. I feel like you're a teacher as well, so that makes a lot of sense. Your Saturn's in Aquarius, though, so you're not meant to be an employee. We've talked about this before. So that's where that energy comes from with that Saturn in Aquarius, your North Node in Sagittarius. You don't make the best employee, I have to be honest. Just picking up this energy. But your Mars in the 8th house in Cancer. I don't know, is that retrograde or is that direct? Let's see. It's direct, and it's right on top of your moon. So when you're in love, you're like really in love. You want that person. You want to encompass that person. You want that person to encompass you. But like when things get too heavy or too hot, you want to back off. So emotionally, you can be very conflicting because you can kind of have that hot and cold energy. Due to that Mars and Moon being in your 8th house. Because once again, you feel things intensely, but also you're intense for other people due to that moon in your 8th house, but also that Mars in your 8th house, and they're both in Cancer. So go figure. But you can also be confusing. Like sometimes your actions can contradict your words. So be mindful of that. At least this is how other people perceive you. But yeah, Sade, that's a little bit about you. Your Jupiter's in Libra, so you don't always like taking risks. Your opinions you prefer to your true opinions, I'll say, because you're very opinionated, but your true opinions you prefer to keep to yourself in order to keep the peace. But I would say you hold back a lot as well. That's what I feel. Does that make sense? I'm just reading off of filth right now with these birth chart readings. I don't know why more of y'all don't get birth chart readings from me. I keep telling y'all to get them, but I'm tired of saying it. So, oh crap! I just remembered I have a client reading. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. Let me check my email actually really quickly to make sure I'm not missing any other readings. Okay, yeah. I may have to get off soon, y'all, because I have a client reading I have to do. I'm probably gonna stay on for like another hour. And then I probably will get off soon. And my food's about to arrive as well, so. I feel this chart is showing me more than that old reading. Uh-oh, Lamarr. Yeah, I forgot about that client. I'm going to have to get back to her. But who's next? SDW, you're next. And then after SCW is David. I love when Lamarr and Sade spills tea. Oh, everyone wants a birth chart reading. Oh my god, okay. You're welcome. Sade. Okay, October 30th, 1995. $2:40 a.m. And I'm gonna marry the night. I'm not gonna cry anymore. I'm gonna marry. Cartoon. Let's see. Leave nothing on mysteries to explore. So let me just make sure I put the information correctly in. October 30th, 1995, 2:40 a.m. Khartoum, Sudan. October 30th, 1995, 2:40 a.m. Okay, that's not what I put. Okay, so this is your information, SDW. Oh. So let's press save. My food's here, so I'm going to go grab my food really quickly, and then I'm going to get into your chart, SDW. SDW says, I'm about to get red. Yes, I still have my full chart reading saved to my computer. Love it. Yes, Bree. I need to figure out dinner for myself and the boys and go use the restroom, so I'm getting off now. I love you all, and we shall have another lit Skype call tomorrow, Sade and Lamarr. Sounds good, Zuri. So, okay, my food's here. They just texted me, so I'm going to go get my food, and then we're going to come back and read SDW, and then we're going to read David, honey. All right, so let's go ahead and get this food. All right, I'll be right back. You're the only one for me. Okay, I'm back. I wanna believe it so good. Sorry, I'm singing Britney Spears. Okay, STW, so let's get into your tea. This Okay, we're back. Mukbang, I hate eating on camera. No, I want to enjoy my food. I'm not a mukbanger, you all. All right, so let's get into your tea. I don't know what just happened. Sorry about that. But this is your chart, STW. So let's get into your tea. You are a... So are y'all like fighting in the chat right now? What's going on? Okay, so your sun's in Scorpio in your second house. So you're Scorpio, your second house. So money is very important to you. When it comes to other people in your life, they need to have money. They need to have some sort of stability, or else you don't really want to deal with them. This especially is related to love, all right, because the sun does rule romance and love. So if someone doesn't have anything going for them in terms of a romantic partner, you most likely don't want them. If they're not able to pay for the date, honey, you are like bye bye, see you later. It actually makes you, and it's interesting because the second house is ruled by Taurus, which is the polar opposite of Scorpio. So it can make you a Scorpio that can be a bit insecure when it comes to actual money, or when it comes to like just stability overall. Yeah, like it can make you a little bit insecure in that way. So it's like when it comes to like other people, this is what you look for in them. You look for stability, you look for those types of things. Because spiritually you can be so grounded and so sure of yourself, but it's like when it comes to the material world, you can be a little bit insecure in that way. Anyway, your fifth house, or your moon is in your moon's in Capricorn in your fifth house. So you need someone in your life, like you need a situation or a relationship in your life that makes you feel comfortable expressing yourself and expressing your true emotions. And I have to see what your fifth house is in, actually. Let me see. Your fifth house is in Aquarius, interestingly enough. So yeah, you really need someone who makes you feel emotionally secure enough to express yourself, to express your true feelings. Otherwise, you can be very closed off. You can be very disconnected as well from your feelings and what you really need to make you feel secure. Because your moon's in Capricorn and that fifth house in Aquarius. So that can be a bit difficult for other people to deal with, because not everyone is always willing to take the time to break down those walls, if that makes sense. Something to think about. Yeah, I'm unstable. I look for a stable person. Yeah. So your Mercury's in Libra in your second house. So you can be really materialistic, actually. SDW, you can be very materialistic, but at the same time, you are someone that makes you really you can be really focused on making people feel good about themselves. So even if like you're talking to someone and you know they're like not someone you would date or not someone you would regularly talk to, but they really want to have a conversation with you, you actually would not necessarily deny that person. Now, you would have boundaries with that person to some degree. Boundaries may need to be something you need to work on when it comes to that kind of thing, especially when it comes to your thoughts, your mental stability, if that makes sense. You're like very open in a lot of ways, even though you're closed off. I hope that makes sense. So your Venus is in Scorpio. I'm also a Venus in Scorpio as well. And your Venus is in Scorpio in your third house. So that mental connection is very important to you. Now, what is your third house in specifically? Looks like your third house is in Sagittarius. So the mental connection is very important to you when it comes to romance and love, but also the truth. Like you need the truth, but you also can have this thing where you second guess the truth. So it's like someone may tell you truthfully, you know, something you need to know or you want to know about, but it's like you still like, I don't know if that's the truth. Let me go to my psychic and figure out, you know, whether or not that's actually a true statement of what they just said. So you always need that kind of second validation in terms of the truth. All right, whether this is a truth in terms of yourself or a truth in terms of other people. Does that make sense? Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Okay, good. Hi, Capil. I'm good. Yes, I'm materialistic. It's one of my flaws. Yeah, I can see that from your chart. Yeah, I feel like people want me to listen and be there for them, but they don't do that for me. Yeah, that's that balance, give and take between that with that Mercury in Libra in your second house. All right, stability. So your Mars is also in Sagittarius in your third house, which is interesting because I'm also on Mars in Sagittarius. So your actions, but I think your third house is in Sagittarius, right? If I saw that correctly. Yeah, your actions can sometimes be like all over the place. Your thoughts and actions can kind of be all over the place sometimes. Sometimes you'll say something and then do the opposite. Sometimes you'll do something and then say the opposite. So it can be really, you can be a really confusing individual for some people to understand or to make sense of, if that makes sense. But at the same time, it's like people just have to be patient with you and try to figure out, okay, like, because sometimes you can just be triggered, or sometimes, you know, you're just reacting to someone, like your actions, you're reacting to someone, or something they've said or something they've done, and you know, it's all over the place here. But anyways, not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's bad. Your Saturn is in Pisces in your sixth house. So when it comes to your work and your career, you can be all over the place with that. It's like sometimes you may find yourself in a job, for example, that is not fulfilling at all, but it's a job, it pays the bills, because in the sixth house, you know, that's important, you know, paying bills and having a roof over your head and, you know, having stability, right? But you can be like a dreamer. You can be a daydreamer. You can be someone that you're always going to find something about the work that you do, your profession, that is boring or is not necessarily something you would want to be doing. So it's like you kind of need to find the thing that resonates most with you and your soul. Now, your North Node's in Libra, so it could be working with others, connecting with others in some way, shape, or form. But you also have to be careful of seeking validation from others. That could be your downfall. Does that make sense? That's a little bit about you. Mars and Sag, watch out for speeding tickets or DUI. I've gotten my fair share of speeding tickets. I have never gotten a DUI. Let me knock on wood, though. But I've had my fair share of speeding tickets as a Mars and Sag, for sure. Does that make sense? Be right back on to donate. Hi, the How to Diva. How are you? This was great. Yeah, if you guys want a reading, it's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. I just posted the PayPal link. So send your payment with your question. I also have Cancer, 8th house, but my mother's a Leo. You're welcome. Why are you laughing, Sean? What did I say? Okay, so who's next? David, I think, is next. Oh, are you laughing about the DUI thing and my speeding tickets? Is that what you're laughing at? I just realized that. I have no idea how this Cash App thing works, so I don't know if you put your question in the Cash App. Can you do that? David, what's your information? Over there, over there. Because the Yanks are coming. The Yanks are coming. Who knows what show that's from? Yeah, you were laughing at the speeding tickets? Girl, that's why I'm glad I don't have a car right now, because I don't have to worry about those. I just went to court like last month this month for speeding tickets. Yes, I've gotten 4 speeding tickets in the last 6 months. See? Yeah, we're good for that. Us Mars and Sagittarius, we like things fast, and that can be to our detriment sometimes. So let's get into Amazing Apparitions chart. You were born December 24th. Thank you, Aisha, for your $10 donation. December 24th, 1985. Zuri's right. I'm having fun spilling everyone's tea right now. I love it. 1:15 p.m. in Greeley, Colorado. I wish I grew up in Colorado. I wonder what that would be like. So 24, 1985, 1:15 p.m. So this is your information. Amazing apparition. So let's go ahead and get into your chart. This is your chart. So you're sun in Capricorn in your 9th house. The 9th house is the house of travel. It's the house of exploration and adventure, philosophy and taboo. So it definitely could be that your life purpose or the way you're meant to live your life is going to be different from other people, or at least different from the family that you grew up in. All right. So you can be misunderstood, at least when it comes to your family, especially as you've grown older. Your family, you've maybe become a bit distant from your family. I don't know, I'm picking up that energy. Your moon's in Gemini in your 1st house. So let's see what your 1st house is in. Your 1st house is in Taurus. So that would make you someone that is very obviously sensual, a hard worker. You only prefer to do things that you really like doing. All right. Like you're not someone that definitely different from your family. Yeah, you're not someone that like necessarily likes doing things that you don't feel like a call towards. But you, with that moon in Gemini in your 1st house, you're able to do it. All right, you're able to put on a poker face. Your moon in Gemini makes you very adaptable, but your moon in Gemini makes you also very curious as well. People can also be extremely curious of you as well. You can be a little bit good at hiding your true emotions or your true feelings or your true thoughts about someone or something. So it's like people are can kind of fish for information from you sometimes. Also, you could not be always a good secret keeper, even though sometimes you can be a good secret keeper. But it's like sometimes people will come to you because they know you're a harbor of secrets. So if anyone wants any information about someone that you're close to, they'll come to you first before they go to that person, because you may be more willing to spill it than they will. All right. Anyway, your Mercury is in Sagittarius in your 8th house. I definitely am adaptable. Yeah, your Mercury's in Sagittarius in your 8th house, so you can be someone that is a deep thinker. Thank you, Constance, for your donation. Okay, so you can be someone that's a deep thinker. You are someone. Thank you, London, for your donation. I hope all of you are not getting birth chart readings, because if so, I'm gonna have to shorten these because I'm talking a lot. So yeah, you're a deep thinker. You are a seeker of the truth, a seeker of knowledge with your Sagittarius in the 8th house. But you're also someone where it's like the truth can be revealed to you, but you also are someone that like kind of second guesses the truth sometimes, or needs to do more research on it, or just needs more validation rather than just accepting the truth for what it is. Your Venus is in Sagittarius in your 8th house, which means You've been through a lot when it comes to your love life. You can be a little bit all over the place when it comes to your love life, especially in terms of your preferences or your likes or dislikes. You can be a little bit triggered in your love life as well. So things that people find normal may trigger you for whatever reason. I don't know why I literally see you having sex and it's just like, oh, please don't touch me there because I was touched there one time and it's like triggering or something like that. I don't know, whatever. But I see that kind of thing showing up where you're kind of triggered. One of your flaws, yeah. So, okay, so your Mars is in Scorpio in your sixth house. So you are someone that when it comes to your job, you can be misunderstood. Love life has been rough. Yeah, when it comes to your job, you can be misunderstood. Very sexual energy. So I don't know, like you have to be careful with that on the job, especially with people you're attracted to, because flirting could be taken wrong in the wrong context in the workplace. The sixth house does rule the workplace. What's your sixth house in? Let's see. Your sixth house is in Libra, so you're pretty good at knowing boundaries, but sometimes, you just have to be careful with either you crossing boundaries at work or other people crossing boundaries with you at work. All right, let's move on. So it looks like your Saturn's in Sagittarius in your seventh house. So relationships could actually be a motivation for you. Being in a relationship, maybe being married even, is a big motivation for you to do new things in your career. Multiple streams of income is really good for you with your Saturn in Aquarius in your seventh house. A relationship, a marriage could also be some form of income for you as well. Don't know what I mean by that, but I see it here in your chart. Lastly, your North Node is in Taurus in your first house. So you're meant to learn about the material world in this lifetime. You're meant to learn to connect your life purpose with your higher self in order to manifest the materialism in this world. So in a past life, with your South Node being in Scorpio, you were very much focused on the metaphysical, which I wouldn't be surprised if you bring some of that energy into this current lifetime. So that's what I see about you. Does that make sense? Yeah, you have Mars in Scorpio, and your Pluto is also in Scorpio in your seventh house. They're both in your seventh house. Oh, I'm sorry. No, your Mars is in your sixth house. Your Pluto's in your seventh house. So, yeah, relationships can be rough. So, does that make sense, amazing apparition? I'm going to move on to Aisha. And I'm going to go blow my nose really quickly, actually. So, give me a second. Let me see if all y'all are getting birth charts. Okay. So let's get into Aisha's question. Ow, I just rolled over my foot. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to get into Aisha and then we'll do the others. So give me a second. All right, I'm back. It does, Lamarr. Thanks. You're welcome. I'll get my $10 birth chart done next time because I'm at work and can't really concentrate. No, I understand. Ask us a specific question with these birth chart readings, guys. Just a question, just a suggestion. Yeah, I think that's the best. But let's get into Aisha's. Thank you for that, Siobhan. Let's get into Aisha's chart next. So Aisha was born March 23rd. Oh, is this for someone else? Oh, is this for your kid? Okay, so 3/23/2006. 3/23. I was like, Aisha, you were born in 2006, girl. You look good. I don't know where they were born. I'm just gonna put the United States. Where were they born? Where were y'all born? Because I don't want to choose the wrong place. Yeah, Aisha, what's the birthplace? I'm gonna have to get off soon, y'all. I have a client. Indianapolis? Okay, cool. Okay. So this is their information. This is my daughter Serenity. Yeah, this is her information. I did a noon chart for her, so you don't have to tell me the time she was born. Doesn't matter. All right. So let's press save. Oh, okay. You 6:45. Well, that helps. Thank you. 6:45 p.m. Okay, p.m. Okay, so yeah. There we go. 6:45 p.m. Indiana. Okay, so let's see what's going on with Aisha's daughter. This is her chart right here. Yeah, this is her chart. So let's see what's going on with Aisha's daughter. So she's the sun in Aries in her 8th house. So she is is she a tomboy? Because I get the energy of being a tomboy, but she comes across this way even in relationships because she has her sun in Aries in her 7th house. So when it comes to dating, she's a tomboy. Like she may I don't want to say she doesn't have the best luck. I feel like she may have trouble in dating. Depending on her preference, I'm not a judge of that. So, assuming she ends up dating boys, whatever. But boys may find her as they may be kind of like confused because they may find her as one of the boys at the same time because of this Aries sun in the 7th house. But at the same time, it's like they're attracted to her and they don't know how to take that energy. So if that happens, just tell her, you are more, I don't want to use the word masculine, but you're more sure of yourself. You're more, confident. You're more brave. You're more courageous, so boys can be intimidated by you. I do feel this energy where boys can be intimidated by her, and definitely girls can be intimidated by her as well. I don't know why I'm struggling with words right now, but whatever. Sun in the 8th, whippersnapper. No, it's the sun in the 7th. Not the sun in the 8th. But child, anyway, her moon is in Capricorn in her 4th house. So she's very connected to her family. Interestingly enough, she could be very connected to her father. So I don't know what her relationship is with her father. I would hope it's good. If it's not good, she's definitely affected by it. If it's good, she's still affected by it. So either way, the closeness to her father or the closeness to her father's side of the family is going to be very important for her moving forward. It could be very important to her right now. All right. But she's not one that readily expresses her emotions as well. So she could be really sad or upset about something, but she doesn't like to tell you. She may not like you to know, because she, like, even at a young age, doesn't like to be seen as weak. Doesn't like to be seen as, she likes to kind of have this energy where it doesn't faze me. Nothing phases me kind of thing. Once again, a little bit more masculine in energy. So it may be like off-putting or confusing sometimes. I don't know. We've talked about this before in some of my videos. But she also has her Mercury in Pisces in her 6th house, which tells me that she's very sensitive. She's very sensitive to changes in her routine. So, for example, if you move a lot, she may be very affected by that because it requires her to meet new friends and get used to a whole new routine. And this kind of mentally can affect her in a lot of ways because of that Mercury in Pisces. She's also a dreamer, literally and figuratively. So just keep that in mind. She could struggle with procrastination, all right, mentally. So she may need motivation to get the job done. Her Venus is in Aquarius in her 5th house. So even though it can be a bit confusing sometimes for her in love, this adds to the confusion, all right? Don't get me wrong. Venus and Aquarius can be so confusing in love. They don't know what they want. They don't know how to take the other person they're dating. The other person doesn't know how to take them. But let's see what her 5th house is in. Her 5th house is in Aquarius, so she can be a little bit confusing in love. It may take her a little bit of time to find love, like to find true love. Even though she's young, it is what it is. My child might be young to check up on for now. Yeah. I mean, it's good to know, right? So that's what I see about her when it comes to that. Her Mars is in Gemini in her 9th house. So she thinks before she does something. She's very adaptable. So it's like she doesn't always get stuck to one idea. She doesn't always get stuck to one outcome. She's adaptable. She's willing to change with the energy, change with the times, whatever she needs to do. She's also a Saturn in Leo in her 10th house. So that's actually some good energy. She could actually be a star. I don't know, she could be a star. She could be really, really good at projecting energy out there. She's really good at taking direction. She could be a star in some way, shape, or form with that Saturn in Leo in the 10th house. All right, that's what I'm seeing. It does look like it's retrograde though, so she may struggle with that. Even though she's naturally a star, it is retrograde. Even though she's naturally a star, she yeah, it's retrograde. See Saturn right there on the cusp of the 10th house with the red R next to it. That means it's retrograde. All right. Even though she's a star, she kind of struggles sometimes with putting herself out there. And she doesn't like her flaws being seen. So that's interesting. So true. She won't tell me till she's ready. Even then she won't. Exactly. And her North Node is in Aries in her 7th house. It looks like her North Node's in Aries in her 7th house sextile as well. So that's really good energy. She's a leader in a lot of ways. She's a leader. She's come into this lifetime to be a leader. She's come into this lifetime to be a trailblazer, to be an innovator, to show that girls or women don't always have to be what you expect them to be. So don't be surprised if she kind of, goes into, I guess what you would expect a masculine role for like a man. Like, don't be surprised if she wants to go to the army or something like that, or if she wants to play football, or It doesn't mean that she is, it doesn't mean anything in terms of her sexuality. It just means in terms of how she expresses herself. Does that make sense? She's different. I hope that made sense. That's what I see in her chart. So, Aisha, I hope that made sense. I'm going to move on now to Constance. Is Constance in the room? Yeah, y'all, it's $10 for one question, 20 for two questions, 30 for three questions, so on and so forth. I'm about to post the PayPal link. So if you want a reading, go ahead and send your question to my PayPal. I do have to get off soon because I have a client I need to read for. I have to call them soon. Actually, I need to go get my business phone. Let me go get that out right now, so I can call them when I get off here. But I have a client phone reading to do when I get off live. So in there, I told them 9, so that's like in 20 minutes. So we'll see if I get off in 20 minutes. I'm hoping I do. Constance, how are you? Ask your question, or if you want a birth chart reading, put your information down and I'll read you whatever it is you're asking. Go ahead and ask. I'm going to go ahead and get my business phone real quick, y'all. Because like I said, I got two phones, one for the... I don't know what to say. I'll be right back. Okay. You're welcome, Aisha. Let's get into Constance's reading really quickly. For after Constance's Soul of London. Soul of London, are you still in the room? 4/12/1989, 6:34 p.m. By the way, if you have not watched my King Tut reading, you definitely need to watch my King Tut reading. A lot of what King Tut went through, where some people are still going through in this day and age. So, thank you, Jen, for your donation. So there's Frankfurt Oder and Frankfurt Maine. I don't know what that means. So I'm just gonna go with Frankfurt Oder as your place of birth. It says Europe, Berlin as the time zone. So I'm gonna go with it. Lamarr, you read me the 5th today. I'm so happy. Yes, Sade. It was fun reading you. Okay, so this is your information, Constance. And these are the 2 homes I lived in. Lamarr, you're on fire, my dear. Thank you, Siobhan. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get into Constance's energy. This is your chart, Constance. Oh, you're from Maine? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and change that up. Maine. This is your chart now. So this is your updated chart. So here we have this energy. Soul of London says, I'm just hiding here in the bushes. I'm interested what you read or what you read. Oh, it means military. Okay, good to know. So your sun's in Aries in your 7th house, which means your relationships are a big thing for you. Love relationships, family relationships, business partnerships. Any type of relationship is important to you, but also having power in relationships, and no one having power over you is also a big theme here with your sun in Aries in your 7th house. Your moon is in Cancer in your 10th house. So stability is also very important to you, but stability in terms of your work, in terms of your career, your profession, money coming in, that type of thing. Wouldn't be surprised if you solely go into some sort of career for the sake of bringing stability. So it's funny that you mentioned the military. I don't know if you went into the military, but I could see you going into the military just to what's the phrase that they say about the bag? Like, I could see you going into the military to secure the bag. That's what they say, secure the bag. Like stuff like that, like you do it just to secure the bag. Yeah, exactly. Like I see you doing things like that to secure the bag, to secure stability for yourself. We have to remember that the moon does deal with what we need to feel, what it is that we need to feel emotionally secure. So since your moon is in the moon energy, all right, like your moon is in Cancer already in the 10th house. Let's see what your 10th house is in actually. Your 10th house is in Cancer. All right. So, yeah, you're all about stability, feeling emotionally secure, not having to worry about anything. You're that type of person. Mercury and Taurus in the 8th house. So, you can have this dichotomy between prioritizing the spiritual realm, prioritizing your spiritual essence, but also prioritizing the material world as well, the materialism. So it's like sometimes the two can intertwine, and you may go through this phase where you purchase things that have some sort of spiritual meaning to you. Like it has to have spiritual meaning, otherwise you don't want it. Like that kind of thing. What is your 8th house in? Let's see. Your 8th house is in Taurus. So yeah, you can have this dichotomy between needing to be spiritual, needing to be materialistic as well, or because it's good to have balance between being spiritual and materialistic. Being materialistic is not a bad thing. Let's just put that out there. All right. If y'all want a reading before I get off live, yeah, let me just go ahead and post the link because I'm gonna get off soon. I have a reading to do in like 10 minutes. All right. So that's what I see. Your Venus is in Aries in your 7th house. So yeah, relationships is really, really important to you. It looks like it's in detriment though. I don't. Let's see. It's in detriment. What's your 7th house in? Your 7th house is in Aries. Why would it say it's in detriment though? Well, it's interesting. I don't know. When it comes to love and relationships, even a Venus in Aries is a detriment placement. So I could see what this app is actually saying. When it comes to love and relationships, you need to learn how to let go of control. All right, that's like what I think this detriment's talking about, is needing to let go of control and needing to let. I don't know. I'm assuming. I don't like to assume when it comes to dating and preferences. But if you're dating someone who's a man or has masculine energy, needing to like learn to let go of control and let that person be the leader, or let that person be the man, or whatever you want to call them in the relationship. Does that make sense? I'm hoping it does. All right, moving on. Your Mars is in Gemini in your 9th house, so you're very experimental, very observant. You are very much a learner, so you're taking a lot of energy, and you learn about people like not based off of what they say, but actually from their actions. Their actions is what makes the most sense to you. And you know that, people's actions can differ from their actual words. Or attracting a controlling partner with Aries in the 7th house. That's true, Siobhan. Yeah. Also, yeah, that's true, Shimon. You could attract a controlling partner, Constance, as well with your seventh house, and your Sun in Aries. Your Venus in Aries in your seventh house, which your seventh house is in Aries. That's a lot of Aries energy, masculine energy. All right, true. Yeah. So, your Saturn is in Capricorn in your fourth house. So family is very important to you when it comes to family and building a family. It's all about stability. You're very much someone that's about stability, like building stability for yourself. Literally every move you make when it comes to even dating someone is about stability. So when it comes to dating someone, you need to see stability in that person, the ability or with the possibility of stability with that person. If you don't see it, you're probably not going to want to date that person. Someone has to have something going for them. Also, I'm seeing something about the father here as well. So, the father could have been prominent in your life, but may have been, I don't know, what's your fourth house in? Capricorn. Okay. The father may have been prominent in your life, but may have also been not prominent in the way he needed to be, which also your mother may have been affected by that as well. So, there, in that kind of realm, she may not have been able to be there for you either as much as she needed to be. Anyway, moving on. Your Saturn or your North Node's in Pisces in your fifth house in retrograde. So let's see. It looks like it says retrograde. Yeah, it's in retrograde. So you have to be careful of going towards life purposes or going towards what you feel is right for you and actually going towards what is right for you. So you need to be able to discern between the two. Um, because you have dreams and goals and aspirations, but at the same time, your dreams, goals, and aspirations can differ from your reality. Now, part of this could be your fault. All right, maybe you chose, to go down a path of the reality you're currently in that differs from the reality that spirit was trying to show you. All right, that's that Pisces energy. All right, spirit's always trying to show us something with that Neptune Pisces energy. It's up to us to listen. All right. But with this being in retrograde in your fifth house, what's your fifth house in? Your fifth house is in Aquarius. So it's important for you to listen to your inner spirit, your inner calling. Your calling is going to come from inside. Thank you, Nate, for your $5 donation. That it's $10 though for one question. So I will answer your question without looking at the cards or looking at your chart. If that's all you can afford. If that's all you can afford, that's fine. I'm not judging. Does that make sense, Constance? That's what I see about you. Might have be hard to live with a man with Aries in the seventh, square and Cap in the fourth. That's true, Siobhan. See, Siobhan needs her own YouTube channel. I swear to God, Siobhan needs her own YouTube channel. Siobhan needs to write a book. Siobhan needs to. If Siobhan did readings, I would buy a reading from her, and I don't buy readings from anyone hardly ever. You guys, ever. I've actually never bought a birth chart reading from anyone, but I would get a birth chart reading from Siobhan. Hi, Nate. How are you? Thank you for your donation. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the next person, who is Jen. Thank you, Nate, for your extra $5. So let's get. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not Jen. It's London. So let's get into London's question or London's chart next. Yeah, Siobhan is so good. You're welcome, Constance. So let's get into London's chart next. So you were born April 1st, 1991. Interesting date to be born. Let's see. January, February, March, April. Don't judge me. April 1st. Excuse me. April 1st, 1991. At 11:58 a.m. in Alton, Illinois. So here's your information. Wait, hold on. April 1st, 1991, Alton, Illinois, 11:58 p.m. Damn, thanks, Lamar. My Cappy King, that means a lot. You're welcome, Siobhan. Yeah, y'all know I don't. Yeah, Sade, you're like the only reader I go to these days. I don't go to anyone else except for Sade or Zuri, and I very rarely go to them. Actually, sometimes they'll do readings on me, and I have no questions for them. I'm like, I just want to see what y'all see. Like, I don't go to any other reader, y'all. Any other readers, any other astrologers at all. Period. I just don't trust them. I really don't. I don't. Period. Anyway, let's get into Soul of London's questions. No shade to anyone out there, by the way. All right. So this is your chart, Soul of London. Let's go ahead. Oh wait, you're not born in Frankfurt. Why did this come up? Oh my gosh, I hate when this thing does that. All right. Alton, Illinois. Let's go back. All right. So here's your information. So let's go ahead and press save. This is your chart. And okay, so you are an Aries sun in your 10th house. So your career is very important to you. You got to be choosing when picking a reader. Exactly. You really, really do. It's very, very important. And some readers are good at different things. Some readers are good at reading money, and business and career. Some readers are good at reading love. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys about that. Just choose the reader that you feel is best for you. All right. Anyway, I love you, Siobhan. All right. So let's get into London's chart here. Where's London? I don't see her. Okay, and then after London, I believe is actually who's after London? Let's see. Is Jen and then Nate. So, I'm nosing the classy way. Yes, Siobhan, you're here. So, okay, your son's in Aries in your 10th house. So your career is very important to you. Your 10th house is in Aries, it looks like, although there's a lot of energy going on here in your 10th house. So it could be in Aries, it could be in Taurus. Looks like it's in Aries to me, so I'm going to go with Aries. Your 10th house is in Aries, which means in your career, you're meant to be a leader. Naturally, you have leadership skills, you have leadership abilities, but I'm actually thinking that you struggle with these actual leadership skills and abilities, and for some reason. I feel like this deals more so with self-esteem. All right. Hi, Dorian. How are you? Oh, you sent a super chat? I don't prefer super chat, so that's probably why I didn't see it immediately, but I'll get into that in a second. So yeah, thanks for that, Lay. All right. Let's go back to Soul of London. All right. So that's what I see with your sun and Aries in your 10th house. You're meant to be a leader when it comes to your career. You don't need to follow the crowd, whatever that means. So follow your own instincts, follow your own inner guidance. Oh, I just realized I got another Snapchat. Whatever. All right. Anyway. All right. Moon in Scorpio in your 4th house. So you're extremely sensitive. Yeah, my client's calling me. Hi, Lamarr. Do I call you or you call? Oh, gosh. Okay. So your moon is in Scorpio in your 4th house. So that tells me that you're very sensitive. And what's your 4th house in? Your 4th house could be in Libra, could be in Scorpio. I feel like it's in Libra. Very sensitive. You actually have to be careful, Soul of London, of taking on other people's energies, because you do have that ability to take on other people's energies. So, like, people also can dump on you too. So they can dump their problems onto you energetically. They can vent to you and leave you completely drained. So you have to know boundaries and be assertive with asserting your boundaries. All right, know that that's okay to do that. Your Mercury's in Aries in your 10th house. So once again, career is very important to you. There's also something about the father figure. The 10th house does rule the relationship to the father figure. Yeah, so your father probably taught you a lot, but he taught you some things that you didn't know. It's interesting when we have the father and the mother, right? The father is supposed to teach us the masculine parts of life, or the masculine parts of our identity, our personality. The mother is supposed to teach us parts of our femininity, or the feminine parts of life, cooking, cleaning, blah blah blah. But I feel like you learn more so from your father, actually. All right. Yeah, everyone comes to you, exactly. I feel like you more so learned from your father. So there's something about your father where he taught you a lot of things, whether indirectly or directly, but he didn't teach you everything. So just keep that in mind. Um, but you have very strong opinions, very strong beliefs, especially in the workplace. Like, you're also seen as a leader. You're seen as someone to look up to in some way, shape, or form. Your Venus is in Taurus in your 11th house. Okay, so when it comes to partners, you don't like sharing your partner, that's for sure. You can be very possessive of your partner, especially when out and about with your partner. Okay, your father isn't in your life. So that doesn't necessarily mean that he didn't teach you something. I always say that just because your father wasn't in your life doesn't mean he didn't teach you. That just means he taught you indirectly. All right, that's what I mean by that. Anyway, you are someone that can be a little bit possessive of your partner, so try to be more confident in when it comes to love. Definitely not sharing. Yeah. When it comes to definitely not sharing when it comes to your partner, exactly. When it comes to that though, be mindful that like you have your dynamic with your partner, and your partner has other dynamics with other people. Now, when it comes to being threatened by your partner's other dynamics in terms of relationships with other people, you have to be mindful of that, because you can be a little bit more possessive than you need to be when it comes to relationships. Now, what's your 12th house in, really quickly, or your 11th house? Is in Gemini. So you're very observant, you're very much a learner, but you can overtake the situation. You can overtake it where like you don't need to overtake it. You kind of just need to play your part. So it's like your partner takes you out to a fancy dinner, and like, you kind of want to assert yourself into everything. Don't do that. All right. Basically is what I'm saying. Your Mars is in Gemini, speaking of which, in your 12th house. So this tells me that you're kind of an open book. You don't mind sharing um like secrets about yourself, although you can definitely be private for the most part. Your 12th house is in Cancer. So you can definitely be private, but you can kind of be an exhibitionist in some way. Okay, they're calling me right now. I don't know where my phone is. Hello? Yeah, hi. Can I actually call you back in like 20 minutes? I'm just finishing up some last minute readings. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll call you. All right. All right, you guys, I have to go soon. All right, so I think after these last set of readings, I'm going to have to go. My client's calling me. All right. So, where was I? I don't even know where I was. Um, I'm just gonna end this off with your North Node in Capricorn in your 6th house in retrograde. Interesting. So, your North Node's in retrograde in your 6th house. Your 6th house is in Capricorn, which tells me that sometimes you can be not the best employee, because you know that you're meant for something higher. You're meant for something bigger, grander. And we've talked about this before, I feel like. I was talking about your Mars and Gemini in your 12th house. Yeah. Just be careful of oversharing with that. I feel like is what I'll say that. Um, but your North Node in Capricorn in your 6th house in retrograde. You're meant for more. You're meant for better for yourself, and sometimes you can sell yourself short. So you need to be mindful of that. Your life purpose, because your North Node's in retrograde here, it can be a bit difficult for you to get on the track and stay on the track. But once you've gotten on the track, you need to stick to it. All right. Now, sometimes getting on the track may involve letting go of what you're used to. That can even mean your lifestyle in some way, shape, or form. But you need to do what you need to do. Okay. So, does that make sense? He works hard for the money. Yes. I actually need to make sure no one else purchased a reading. Okay. Yeah. Good. A personal reading, at least. Yeah, I don't like working for people and people telling me what to do exactly. Lamarr, you're so gifted. Thank you, Dorian. I appreciate that. Y'all North London Caps better be building your empire right now during this isolation. Thank you, Siobhan. That's what I'm doing with this my North Northern Capricorn. Okay, so let's really quickly get into Lay's question. Lay's super chat. So I hope that made sense, Soul of London. I'm gonna get into Lay's super chat and then we're gonna get into Jen and then Nate. So and Jen, I don't know if you put your gosh. Okay. And Nate, what's your question? Did you put your question in the thingy? Okay, after Nate, I'm done, y'all. I have to go. I have a client waiting for me. I'm sorry. I would stay on longer, but I have to go. Sorry for making you late. No, it's fine. It was my choice to come on live, so. It was also that client's choice to purchase a reading 30 minutes before scheduled. So no shade, no tea to them. Anyway, thank you for cleansing and cleaning the energy of this deck when you pass reading. In Jesus' name I pray and thank you. Amen, amen, and amen. Let's go ahead. What are the Scorpio's feelings towards Lay? What are the Scorpio's feelings towards Lay? Siobhan says, we know you're grounding, Lamarr. Go get it. Yeah, but I want to finish up y'all's readings, before I leave. I'm not going to do that to y'all. What are the Scorpio's feelings towards you, Lay? I see some issues with communication, so I don't know if you guys aren't communicating because you fought or if the communication is just distant between the two of you right now. But I see some issues with communication. He likes you, but like you're not. I feel for some reason the typical. The tarot bar is closed. The tarot bar is closed. Yes, you're not. Like, there's something about you where you're not the typical like type that he would date, or maybe he's not the typical type that you would date. So there's some sort of barrier here. I'm feeling. So it's like, how like on the outside, I don't know, the best way I can explain it is like on the outside you expect a person to be this way, you approach them based on the way you see them, and then you actually realize they're totally different than what you thought they were. This is the energy I'm picking up from this relationship. Either one of you or both of you realize that both of you are totally different than you thought you actually were from one another. I aspire to be like Lamarr. Oh, thank you. Lamar's such an inspiration. Oh, I love y'all. I love y'all. So it's interesting with this Scorpio guy. It's like he's expecting you to make a move, or he's expecting you to fawn all over him, or I don't know if it's a him or her. Actually, I'm just picking up male energy. He comes out as the King of Cups, but the King of Cups could be a woman. I don't know. Anyway, they're expecting you to make the move. They're also trying to set it up so that they get what they want. You have to watch this person. They're kind of sneaky, actually. They're pretty sneaky. So I feel like they'll set you up for what they want, but you would end up getting nothing out of it. It's like the energy of a person that strings you along and like chats with you all the time and texts you, and then they kind of reel you in and say, "Oh, we should hang out. Come over. Let's have a drink." And you have a drink with them, and they have sex with you, and then they ghost you, kind of thing. So I don't know. There could be that kind of energy with this person. I'm not sure, but that's the analogy Spirit is putting in my head. So I would say watch, keep your guard up with this person. They're kind of sneaky. Does that make sense, Lay? You see communication from his end because it won't be me. I see eventually he probably could communicate to you, but he's like this. He's like a game player, so it's like he'll reach out and then you'll reach back out to him, and then he won't answer for a few days, expecting you to like go like be in a tizzy over him. So I don't know. It's confusing. All right, that's what I have to say about it. Does that make sense? If I were you, I wouldn't reach out to him. That's what he wants. Make him work for it. He said that at 111, meaning it's the truth. Exactly, Lamar. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, good. You're welcome. I felt that too. Yeah. Lamar's an inspiration to us all. Love you, Lamar. I love y'all too. Let's get into Jen's question, and then we're going to get into Nate, and then I'm going to have to go. I love y'all. But did you all understand what I was talking about when I was talking about the topic of the video, which was, what's the topic of the video again? I don't remember. I'm looking at the actual title, and it's Lilith currently in Aries, men in power. So yeah, did you guys get what I was talking about? That basically what's going on right now is that men are losing their power and control over the world and of the people, and they're fighting for that control. All right, but we have to remember. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this deck from any past reading. In Jesus' name, I pray and thank you. Amen. 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 We have to remember that Earth itself is a feminine energy. So okay, like men can come on this Earth and gain power and control, but Mother Earth, okay, and pay attention, Mother Earth has the final say. All right. So just keep that in mind as we move forward into this coronavirus pandemic. I talked about this at the very beginning of the video, so some of y'all may have to go back. Anyway, general love reading. What's in store for me? What's in store for Jen in terms of her love life? Love you, Lamar. Love you too, Lamar. Cap King. Thank y'all. I love when y'all call me Cap King. All right, or just King in general. All right, so what's in store for Jen in her love life? Or Queen? Lamar's a hustler, baby. I just want you to know, yeah, that it's so worth it. Where he about to go, yes. Oh, no more. Next time, wingliner's on though. Thank you so much, Ty. I appreciate that. Yeah, I decided to do a different wingliner for y'all today. I was like, let me do something different. Okay, Jen, you're like awakening to your femininity, to your goddess energy. I'm loving it. But it's like you're waking up to your femininity and your goddess energy, but like the peasants that seem to be, manifesting is like, what is going on with this? This is not what I want in my love life. So there's something going on with that. I do feel like to some degree it deals with self-worth, self-esteem. So there is, even though you're doing a lot of work with this, there's more work to be done when it comes to self-love, self-work. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm picking up. But I see you're dating someone. You could be talking to someone right now. They're trying to mold themselves into who they want you, who they think you want them to be, which is actually kind of frustrating or confusing for you. Yes, very true. Funny how these readings were fiery as hell they were. The red popping for Aries season, Lamar. Oh, thank you. Yes. You guys, I'm so mad I missed school. Who am I going to look good for now? Yes, we love Lamar. Chloe, I totally understand that. Who am I going to look good for now? I totally understand. So I see you dating someone. I see them trying to step up to the plate. I think they are going to step up to the plate, but you just have to be patient with them and give them time. I feel like you kind of attract these type of guys who they don't show up as the total package. Like they show up as like half a package kind of thing is what I'm feeling. So it's like you feel like you have to help them, become who you envision themselves to be, but mainly who they envision themselves to be. And it's kind of frustrating for you because it's just like, why can't I manifest a man who is already what I need them to be? Keep doing the work. Keep working with your ancestors. Keep working with the saints. I don't know if you work with saints, but I see you literally working with Saint Guadalupe. Maybe you should work with her because I work with her a lot when it comes to my love, stuff. Anyway, that's what I'm seeing for your love life. I feel like by the end of the year, you're going to be in a relationship. Someone's going to ask you to be in a relationship, Jen. That's what I see. Does that make sense, Jen? I feel like by the end of the year, this year, someone's going to ask you to be in a relationship. I can't stop singing my song for Lamar. What song is that? Yes, my ancestors and saints. Thank you, Lamarr. You're welcome, Jen. What are you thinking, Sade? The strength card, stay focused on your bottom line. Exactly. Yes, makes sense. Yeah. Thank you, Shamam. That's a good point. Stay focused on your bottom line, Jen. Stay focused, girl. Jen's about to be a sugar mama. I feel sugar mama energy from Jen. Okay, so let's get into Nate's reading. I'm over here hyping up my damn self for my own song for him. I'm a hustler, baby, yeah. I just want you to know it ain't where I've been or where I'm about to go. I just want to love ya. I think that's how it goes, right? To be who I am. Or is that a different version of the song? Am I like singing the hip hop version? All right, let me focus. Sorry, y'all. So let's get into Nate's question. 10/16/1995 is when you were born. 10/16/1995. 10/16/1995 at 1:20 a.m. in Tampa, Florida. Okay, at 1:20 a.m. in Tampa, Florida. I'm a hustler, baby. I just want you to know it ain't where I've been or where I'm about to go. I just wanna love you to be who I am. Go on, Jen. Serving the sugar. Yes. Okay, so this is your information, Nate. Plugged in. Okay. So I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna go back to your thingy and look at your email. Shake your ass. Huh. Okay, so Nate wants to know there's family drama at home, and I'm thinking about moving back to be supportive or staying away and doing my own thing. Let's see what's going on with that. So this is your chart. All right. And you are a Libra sun with your Libra sun in the 10th house. So this is interesting. This tells me that at a young age, you were actually expected to be some sort of male role model in the household or male figure in the household, kind of almost taking the place of a father figure. So I'm wondering if the father was in your life. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Let's go to your Saturn. Looks like your Saturn is in Pisces, retrograde in your 3rd house. So your father may have been in your life, may not have been in your life, but like if he was in your life, he wasn't there as a disciplinarian. He wasn't there in the form that he needed to be as being like the man of the household, maybe kind of thing. Oh, he was in your life. Okay. I don't know. I'm picking up something about the father and how you're expected to be like a male figure in the household, which is stressful for you as a child. Anyway, your moon is in Cancer in your 7th house. So your moon is in Cancer in your 7th house. So that makes you extremely sensitive. No, he wasn't. Oh, he wasn't in your life. You're accurate. Okay. Okay, so your moon is in Cancer in your 7th house. Relationships are very important to you. It's kind. What's your 7th house? And let's see. It's kind of sad though. Your 7th house is in Cancer because I'm not sure if you've ever actually experienced what a like real relationship is in terms of you depending on your partner and your partner depending on you. I feel like in some way your whole life you've been dependent on. Like you've never really been able to depend on others. So I don't know. I'm picking up that energy. Your Mercury's in Libra. You have a lot of Libra energy in your 9th house. Your 9th house is in Virgo. So like you're very structured in your beliefs, very structured in your opinions. You're not necessarily you can be opinionated, but you're not someone that's going to share your opinions readily. Unless someone's just completely ridiculous with their opinions or their thoughts and like just comes with straight up bullshit, like not factual. That's what I'm seeing. Your Venus is in Scorpio in your 11th house, which tells me that when you're someone that kind of you can be a little bit controlling. You can be a little bit possessive in love and relationships. You can be the type of person that's like, if you don't like your partner's friends, you'll let them know, and you'll keep letting them know until they get rid of them, which is interesting. But should you move back home, I don't know. You kind of need to find your own life and find your own way. Your Mars is in Scorpio in your 11th house as well. So for a long time, your life has been stifled by other people. It's been stifled by doing for other people that I think it's time to do for yourself, actually. Your North Node's in Libra, which tells me you're a people pleaser in your 10th house. So you've got to stop being a people pleaser. You've got to stop being a people pleaser, Nate. Being a 16 Libra, I would say no. Exactly, Siobhan. I would say you have to stop being a people pleaser, and you've got to do what is best for you. Now let's go into your 4th house, because you actually have no planets in your 4th house, but your 4th house is in Aries. So you are seen as a leader in your family. But sometimes you've got to let people deal with their own problems and figure it out on their own. So I would say, yes, you're right. I would say no more stifling your life purpose, no more stifling your life overall. Let them figure it out on their own. All right. That's what I say with that. Does that make sense, Nate? You guys, this has been so fun. I have to go, though. I have a client reading. They're waiting for me. I have to get ready. I have to cleanse these cards. I'm a hustler, baby, and I just want you to know I am so glad you guys like this makeup. So I'll be doing more of this makeup. I'll be like playing more with my eyes. This is very Marilyn Monroe. I'm inspired by Marilyn Monroe and her winged eyeliner. I love it. So I've been using this lately because usually I would use like mirrors in the bathroom and stuff to do my eyeliner, but I think this helps a lot because I can get a good, a good look at what I'm doing, and I don't know, practice makes perfect. Anyway, I'm talking too much. I've got to go. I love you guys. That moon in the 7th got you wanting to help or be expected to. Exactly. Okay, this is what I was feeling. I just need a confirmation. Exactly. Is meant to happen. Even Lamarr cat shaking his ass. Yes. Y'all are a mess. I love y'all. You're welcome, Nate. Oh, Miss you, Lamarr. Yes. I love you, King Cap. I love you all. We love you, Cap King. This was fun, Lamarr. This was great. Oh, I'm glad you guys had fun. Lamarr's king the house. Thank y'all. So I've got to go. If you didn't watch my King Tut reading, watch that reading. More readings to come. I think I may get back to the coronavirus. I actually have a reading I'm thinking of doing on XXX Tentacion. So we'll see how that goes. The energy is so dark. I don't know. I'm going to have to tap into it before I do the reading. But anyways, I've got a client to do. So if you want a personal reading, I'm available, as you can see. Check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. King Tut was good. Thank y'all. You're in your bag lately. I am in my bag lately, Nate. Yes, I have a lot of goals, honey. I'm trying to move out of this apartment, girl. I'm trying to buy a car, honey. I have a lot of goals I'm trying to accomplish here. So I thank you all for being here. I thank you all for just talking with me, making my company. I'm here alone, so I'm in quarantine by myself with Fonzie and my cat. So, I like to go live and talk. So thank you all. Love you all. I'll see you on the next video. If you want a personal reading, check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. More videos to come. If you're new, subscribe, like this video, share with your friends and family. If you're not new, subscribe. Well, you would already be subscribed. But if you're not new, like the video. Make sure you hit the bell next to the subscribe button. Hit all notifications so you get all notifications every time I go live. And I'll see you all in the next video or the next live. Until then, God bless and no stress.